All right, welcome. This is Sean Locklear, owner of Splash Fiberglass Pool Company. This slideshow will be for view, download, and have links for photos and things of that. So your permit's approved. What to expect next? Congratulations, by the way. So what's next? We will be adding you to the install schedule and schedule a layout date with you as soon as we know when your pool will be at our storage yard. So your permit comes in, gets approved. We get a lot of the documents. We get a folder ready here that will then go to the dig crew. We'll schedule a layout meeting with you, generally a week to 2 weeks before we start, just so it's fresh. We could do it ahead of time, but it's better to do it within a week or two of starting the project so everybody's on the same page. Then we're going to go over and mark out the pool at the layout. We're going to go over everything again in detail based on what your permit is, the location of the pool pumps, the location where we have to dump gravel. If we have a wall, how we're installing that, the height of your pool deck that you discussed with the salesperson. Of course, you can reach out to us if you have questions. We have a portfolio of jobs. Not all of our jobs are on there. We're working on adding more. We have a YouTube channel with updates and things of that nature as well. The layout, what to expect. We attempt to update you on all of these deliveries that come after the layout. Sometimes they just show up, but we do our best with the office coordinating everything. There's some photos here to kind of show you what to expect, but basically after the layout, within the week leading up to your install, we have material delivery from our distributor, pool pumps, plumbing, lights, heaters, things of that nature come on pallets. They deliver that. Generally, they put it on the side of the house or in the back of the yard if they have availability to do so. Porta potty comes. Now, the porta potty company, they let us know when it's coming. Generally within 2 to 3 day window. They don't give us an exact day, unfortunately. They do drop it on the asphalt or driveway. You can slide it and move it if it is in the way. They don't really have a guideline. We've tried many times on, hey, put it right here. They don't listen to us. They just drop it off in asphalt and leave. Basically, we move it, our guys move it, but if you want to move it too, you can, no worries, or let our office know, and we can get somebody out there usually within 24 hours to move it. Gravel delivery. There's a photo. It's a lot of gravel, dump truck loads, usually 2 at least for every pool. Plus we deliver more gravel on the back end for concrete and for, pavers and walls and things of that nature. So we mark that out. We usually discuss that with you in the layout, meaning where we can dump the gravel. That happens a day or two before we install. Same with the excavator. We generally install every Wednesday and Friday from March through November, pretty much. And the excavator will come if we're doing an install Wednesday. Typically, it might come that Friday, in between Friday to Tuesday. We like to get it there right off the next job onto your job as soon as we can. It's a rubber track machine. The driver generally puts it out of the way. There's an issue, let us know. Pool delivery. Your pool's already at our storage yard, but we bring that usually the day we install unless we've discussed something different with you. Sometimes you might have room where we can put the pool maybe 1 or 2 days before we install. All right, so here's the inspection process. There's a footer inspection most of the time. Now, counties are all different. I wish they were all the same. They're not. So there's a couple variables here. This is just kind of a good overview. So we have a footer inspection. That's the day of the install. They come look and see the gravel base before we put the pool in. Not all counties require it. We schedule that. Once we're finished that, the electrician, once he's done, schedules a trench, ground, and bond inspection. There's a copper wire that goes around the pool and runs to the pool pump, plus all of his other electrical stuff. The inspector comes, inspects that. To pass that after day 1, and then the electrician, we really can't do much until that passes. Then there's a gas or propane heater. If you have that, there's an inspection in that trench as well. Once those pass, we can fill that trench in. Pool deck inspection is going to be the next thing. So once trench and ground and bond and gas heaters pass, we could do the concrete collar, the coping, and prep for your decking, and then we have another inspection. Inspections, there's always a delay. We have to prep for it. get everything ready. Then we call in the inspection, and the county sometimes could take a day, sometimes it could take 5 days. It really depends on the season in the county. We try to get it done as quick as possible. And kind of once we have the inspection called in, we're really not doing too much in between that. We have to wait till the inspection passes. After that passes, we're then able to pour the concrete, schedule the concrete, or pour or do the pavers. Anytime we have concrete collars, concrete decking, things of that nature, we have to call the concrete company after the inspection to schedule the pour based on our schedule. So again, that takes a few days. It's not boom, boom right after another. Um, then your inspection is going to be electrical final, a gas final if you had a gas heater or propane heater, and then the final building. Depending on the county, somebody does have to be home. They want to open the doors and hear the door alarms. They want to check out the electrical panel. There's a couple things that's required. So there's UC 2017 door alarms. They make a big audible noise. Basically, you have to have those in your sliders and any kind of basement entry, anything if your house, if you can enter the back of your house into your pool. So if a toddler can open a sliding door and get access right to your pool without any kind of doors or anything else in the way, they're going to want a door alarm there. Windows, they even want window alarms if it's above 48 inches. So if it's a low window and a toddler basically can get into that window, open it, and get out and access the pool, they're going to want a door alarm there. So that's left up to the homeowners. We educate you on that, but door alarms is something we don't install just because of liability reasons. That's lawyer speak stuff. They tell us that, but it's a big safety concern for kids. The number one reason anybody passes in a pool, unfortunately, drowning, it's toddlers. So door alarms are very important, and they even make a buoy that you can put in the pool and a hub at the house that if something enters the water, the buoy goes up, the alarm alerts you on your phone and your house hub. So some safety things you can do, but again, those are required for electrical finals. Of course, we usually have to have the fence up by then as well, unless we've already discussed and you've discussed with the county with exemptions for auto covers. It's only a few counties now that will qualify the auto covers. The jobs in Delaware, we have less inspections. Delaware has less inspections. Then you have the gas final and the final building. Again, we reach out to schedule with you. Somebody does need to be home. Install day, what to expect. Good news, the day's here. We do a lot in a little bit of time the first day. The pool's going to be installed with water. The plumbing's going to be done. The backfill's done. You're going to see it take form. Pool, water. We remove the dirt or leave dirt if we're using it for other things like backfilling and grading. The pool pumps are set up, and we leave it with the safety fence around the pool. After that, it takes time because, again, we're waiting on inspections and things. If you're looking to add things to the job, it is best to let us know as soon as possible. We really need to know ASAP because there's changes that have to happen. Material has to be ordered. If you're changing your pool decking, it's new layouts. Then we have to call inspections in. Then we have to order materials, etc. So let us know as soon as possible if you want to add or have questions to add, or if you want to estimate to add additional things. It definitely can be done. Just know every time you add something, it does add a delay in the process. Electrical, gas, those guys will reach out to you. We use the same companies every single project based on the location, but they're vetted, they're licensed, they're insured, and again, reach out to us if you have any questions with any of them. If you do have propane, the propane company that you have an account with will be reaching out to you to install your heater. We will pay them, but they have to do it through you. They won't talk directly to us. That's a heads up if you have a propane heater. Once the electrician completes his side, we have our pool tech stop by. They clean the pool. They're there to pressure test the pipes while the trench is still open. Make sure there's no leaks before we fill in the trench. We'll fill in the trench when we have the concrete collar scheduled and fill that in once the inspection's passed, obviously. Once the inspection's passed, we schedule the concrete collar install. We'll update you when that's going to be. Once that's done, then we can install your coping, which goes around the pool. If you have a wall, we're generally going to start the wall around this time period after the coping install. Sometimes before, but just so you know, if you have an auto cover, there's two phases. There's kind of a beginning phase. They put the track on the pool before we put the cover collar on, so that adds a delay. Usually, an auto cover adds a couple weeks. They have to. The auto cover team puts the track on, and then we have to form out the vault, which is where the auto cover is going to be stored, and the motor. And the electrician has to tie to that. You have a key code, a toggle switch that's got to be installed by the electrician. The auto cover company does the track, then they custom measure for the auto cover, and that's where phase two, they have to basically create the auto cover, and they come back later and install the auto cover system. Once they have the tracks, we can do the collar and the coping. So if you have an auto cover, it adds a little bit. Same with the water feature. If you have a waterfall, Rico Rock waterfall, or a wall with waterfall, shear descents, adds a little bit of time. Just know we still do it, of course. Once you have your pool deck formed or your pavers formed, we have that inspection again that we call in. Once we complete all that, the pool tech's coming by again to clean things. Then we have a caulk guy. He caulks underneath the coping. And if you have pavers, poly sand between at the top coping and your pavers, or if it's concrete, he'll caulk on the top between the concrete and the coping as well. He usually comes in the evenings or weekends. Then we'll do a rough finish grade, and we'll schedule the fence install. Fence crew will meet with you too to schedule just a layout in case you want to change things, just verifying things before they bring all the materials there and things of that nature. Then we schedule the final inspections we talked about. We'll schedule pool school with you, and at the end, pool school basically explains how to operate and maintain your pool. And also we do kind of a final walkthrough, a punch make sure you're happy with us. After that, we come back at the end of the year to install your cover. When are payments due? So normally you have a $5,000 deposit, or if you finance, it's a little different, but $5,000 deposit's normal. 25% of your total contract is due at the permit approval stage. So once we're ordering everything and all that nature, your pool's already basically been built way before this, but we just want to make sure we're not asking for additional money till we know the permit's in hand. So that's when we do that. Then 65% is due after day one, 65% of your total due amount. We do so much. If there's an issue or something, let us know, but we do so much in the first day, and we want to pay all our subs, the electricians, the gas guys, our crews, everybody. So cash flow does really, really help us, and that's what the contract states, so we appreciate sticking to the agreement. After that, the rest isn't due till we complete the pool deck. Now, we usually ask around that point, once we finish the concrete or pavers, if you have any hesitancy there and you want to hold 500, 1,000 or something till we fully finish the project, or even 2 or 3 grand, no problem. We understand. Do we offer seed and straw? Yes, it's an add-on. I try to keep prices down in the pool project costs. It's an expensive project no matter what, but we do offer it. Every job is different square footage. Let us know. We can do it. Miss Utility, we do call. We do have a referral process as well. If we hit something during the job, somebody you could have a old septic tank. You could have a gas line no one knows, or electric line or something. We stop the work. We call you. We find out what's going on. We're not trying to nickel or dime everybody. We're just not trying to lose additional money either. So we have that conversation with you, agree with you on whatever item, and then move forward. We do offer pool weekly maintenance, opening and closings. Never drain your fiberglass pool. Your yard's a construction zone, so it definitely will be a mess. Projects range from this day one, 3 to 8 weeks. It really depends on the location, your county, the inspections, and how much work you have, and if you add things. And we review how to maintain the pool during pool school. Our team, again, Josh Allen's one of the owners. He oversees the dig crew. He's got a big beard. He's usually there on dig crew day. Our dig crew guys, Carlos, Ryan, and Rich, are at the layout. They meet with you, have conversations with you, and they're there for the install. Ron's the back end leader. He's there more on the layout if you want to add additional things. He's there to mark out the walls for the wall crew and the pavers and things of that nature. So if you ever have questions and on the back end, call the office and we can schedule a meeting with Ron for you at any time. Henry and Nick are the pool techs. We also have Sean, and he's just not on this list, but they're there to help you. They clean the pool, educate you on the pool school, any kind of warranty claims or any issues. They're the guys that tend to that, and they do our weekly pool service and maintenance. Office, who's going to update you every day, is Lisa and Mario. Mostly Mario is updating everybody. Lisa kind of coordinates the schedule between all the crews. But Mario ideally is messaging you and updating. Joe Mario, you've probably talked to on the permit side. Of course, you have your design consultant. And then myself, I'm kind of just the maestro running things. If you have questions, let us know. You can leave us a review, 5 stars, please. We'd love that. If it's not a 5-star, let me know. How can I help you? I'm happy to make things right. Make sure you're happy at the end of all of our projects. We aren't perfect, but we're always trying to make improvements and always get better. That's how I run this business. You're a customer. You're spending a lot of money with us. We value you. If our team makes mistakes, miscommunications, whatever it is, things do happen, but we're always trying to make it better. So your feedback's appreciated. Email me, info@splashfiberglasspoolcompany.com. I'd love a chance to right any wrongs. Next, we have Facebook. We have a YouTube page, which probably this will be on. And this PDF doc below, you can download this as well because it does have links for photos and things of that nature. Also, at the beginning of this, there's a portfolio site that you can view our portfolio of jobs. Throughout the links, there's photos you could click, kind of talking about each step, so you can understand and see what you're expecting to see, expectations on the process. And since I do have you here, I kind of can show you a little bit of that. Let me see if I can share my screen here. So here's kind of, we do a layout meeting. So we're going to mark out everything for the pool. Blue is the waters lines. We're going to mark where the gravel's going to go. It depends where the gravel's going to go based on the dump truck. If you're a tight community, I mean, sometimes, unfortunately, we got to put it out in the road to get it. It's a lot of gravel. Here's the excavator. There's the pool. From there, you got layout meeting. So we'll mark where the pool pumps are going to be. We mark where the pool's going to be, all of that stuff. Day one, we kind of go from digging to the gravel base and tamping to the pool in the ground, the pool pump set up, and this is after day one. Pool's in, water's in, backfills up all the way around the pool, ready for the electrician. After that, we kind of have the electrical work come in. The electrician is going to put in the breaker box. He's going to run all that stuff. He's going to put in the control box. He's going to get the bonding grid set up. He's going to put a GFI. These things, I don't like them, but if your pool pumps are 20 feet further than water's edge, we gotta put these in for pool code. I think the reason behind it is basically they don't want you to have a bunch of extension cords running to the pool if you had a robot or anything you're doing in the pool. They want just one cord for safety reasons. So I think that's the reason why. Here's the bond ring. So we put rebar around the whole pool. He attaches the number 8 copper bond ring, anchors it to the rebar all the way around the pool, and has to call in the inspection. It's an equipotential bonding. From there is basically your deck bond inspection. Then we form up for your concrete collar, and we pour the concrete collar. As you can see, if there's a wall, we'll install the wall. Here's pool material, what it looks like when it's delivered. If you have a big wall or pavers, expect a lot of materials delivered. Coping, we have a gentleman drop off our coping and our rebar for your concrete. And then from there, if you have concrete, we got to do a concrete grid, bond the copper wire to that, call in an inspection. After the concrete collar, our guys do the coping. After the coping and the deck bond inspection, we're pretty much finishing up doing either the concrete or, finishing up with some pavers, or, here's fully finished with paver job, or we're doing something like a stamped concrete. Here's more pavers. Pavers are beautiful in my opinion. Concrete's great too, whatever works. Here's stamped concrete. Once that's done, oh, here's a porta potty, by the way. Once that's done, your deck is done. We basically feel like the job is done at that point, so we do ask for the last payment. If you want to hold a little cool, all we have left is a little bit of cleanup and a punch list. So the fence guys come after we do a finished rough grade. To give you an example of what a rough grade looks like, that's this here, just a rough grade. If you want us to do sod and seed and straw or something like that, it's additional, but we do that. And then from there, once your final inspections are scheduled, we reach out to you. Here's an auto cover example. And yeah, we have plenty of pictures, plenty of projects. Here's your light switch. All our lights come with the remote. Here's the caulk line under the coping. The caulk guy comes and puts that in. We've had customers do Rico rock and wall waterfalls. We come back and install your cover later at the end of this season. So that's basically A to Z on Splash Pools, what to expect. Appreciate your time. Again, my name's Sean, one of the owners. Reach out to us. The office at splashfiberglasspoolcompany.com is the best way to contact everybody, Lisa and Mario, or our phone number 410-541-4410. We're running a referral program. We pay you for referrals. We pay you if you show your pool to a prospect as well. And just so you know, pool service, pool maintenance, opening, closes. Reminder, never drain your pool. Safety first. And we appreciate you guys. Without our customers, business because I love pools, and a pool is a huge purchase, one of the biggest dreams people have other than a house and car. So congratulations. Enjoy the pool. Enjoy those dreams being made and those memories with your family that you work so hard for. So again, thank you. We appreciate you. Oh, we're also doing hot tubs and swim spas now. If you ever know anybody, it helps us. And we serve Maryland and Delaware. Have a great evening or morning, whatever time it is you're viewing this. But thank you again for your time. Bye.